Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, people. So today I want to tell you about becoming a plumber and some interesting facts I learned along the way about your career, which you might be embarking on. My name is Mr. London Plumber. I've been a plumber for over 20 years, but let's get straight into this video, which is plumbing is one of the most stable trades, when it comes to domestic and commercial work. So you need to understand that. So it definitely pays off. If you're getting into an industry which is not stable when it comes to earning money and earning potential, you might be the person who's upset, because the reason why you've probably clicked on this video is because we're talking about earning potentials. So let's talk about what you can expect within the first year. So what you can expect within the first year is to have a salary which people have said online. This is not me. This is me just doing my research. So it could be higher or it could be lower. Please let me know if you're in your first year of your plumbing and you've got your first job and you get more than 29,000. So 29,000 to about 32,000 is what some people are starting off as a qualified plumber. So what do I mean by a qualified plumber? What I mean is that you've got your NVQ level 2 and you've got your NVQ level 3. So if you've completed your apprenticeship, that's the type of money what you would be looking at. But we have to say that it varies, when it comes to areas in London. So more areas, different areas pay higher, right? So a perfect example, if I was a plumber in Kensington and Chelsea, I would be paid a lot more than being a plumber in Tottenham or Finsbury Park, let's say. So they're both areas in London, but there are more affluent people who live in Chelsea, Kensington, than there are who live in Finsbury Park. No disrespect to anyone who lives in Finsbury Park at the end of the day. Right. So what type of salary could you expect after 10 years, let's say? Because that is a question. And what salary are we looking at for 10 years is more to like 45 towards 50. But some people have been shown online that they are getting 52k a year. So if you do something like private jobs, so I started off by being a plumber who was working for a company, stayed there for 10, no, I didn't stay there for 10 years, but I worked at numerous amounts of companies for 10 years. And I got way past the point of what I've just discussed with you when it comes to money. Earning potential, I'm talking, or earnings, how much I've earned. So if you do premium jobs, i.e. call outs, day rates, it's a lot different, because your daily salary in London, could be looking at like £330, £400, which is, I do agree with that, because that's what I would roughly want for a day or something like that. This is obviously going to be subjective to the type of qualifications you have, specialist areas, what you might specialize in. And you say, what can a plumber specialize in? A plumber can specialize in leak detection. They can specialize in drainage, because as you know, there is no qualification for any drainage engineers. So there's no NVQ like on your drainage and all that. So like, it's just really, if someone that does plumbing, they will understand how the plumbing works inside a property, and they'll be able to give you a good understanding. It's just simple, you know what I mean? We don't play no games. So your day rate could be higher. You could earn a lot more money. So some contractors who do call outs and domestic work, they could be earning in excess of 60,000. So I want to know, if you are a plumber and you have been working out there, what type of money do you earn? Because I never really talk about my money. Not because I don't want to. It's just because I'm still earning money, innit? So therefore, I just don't like to talk about it sometimes, because it goes up, it goes down. But I do understand that these statistics which I found online are just a ballpark figure for other people to look at and understand, because I get loads of messages online, loads. Do you earn a lot of money? How can I'm thinking about coming to the UK. What type of qualifications do I need? So you need your MVQ level 2 and MVQ level 3. Just finish your apprenticeship, innit? Because that's what I done. And finishing my apprenticeship allowed me to go into price work. I also done maintenance before I done price, so I should have said it the other way around. But maintenance is what I started on, and then I went into price work on sites, and then from there I went to high-end maintenance again. But I went to teaching in between that as well. So I taught for 9 years at colleges because it was something which I was quite passionate about and something which I wanted to do. That does pay a lot of money, but you're dealing with a lot of establishments and colleges. It's not for everyone, but it definitely pays because people don't want to fucking do it at all. So a job which no one wants to do as a plumber, whether it be environment, circumstances, or danger. And I say danger because there's jobs for like plumbers inside jails, and obviously everyone is not afraid of everyone else being inside a jail. Workplace is just a workplace, but having to go through that, which I went one time for an interview, and by the end of the interview I said, nah, this is not for me, man. Sorry, like I don't want to sound like I wasted your time or nothing, but being in the environment made me start to think, nah, it's not, I don't think I could be here long term, so let me not waste your time. But my point of saying that is that there are many fucking opportunities for everybody to be working within this industry and make decent money. And when I mean decent money, it's decent money compared to what everybody else does as a trade, or everybody else does as earnings, because your earning potential is only capped at yourself. And I say that because I've been subcontracting, working for companies, and I've earned more money in a day than what most people earn in 2 days. So it definitely can happen. You definitely got to work hard to be able to make money as a plumber. So if you think you're going to get some lazy job where you're going to sit back and just chill and people are going to pay you, I mean, you might find one, you might slip through the gap for a little while, but do I think it's going to have any longevity? No. If your goal is to make money, then you're going to have to get out there, grind, go hard at jobs, do as many jobs as possible, be that person who is interactive with others to be able to create your next job, right? There are many times when I talk to people, yeah, and I make possibly a lasting impact on them when I'm talking about plumbing, because I might be the most passionate person about plumbing than they've ever met. So therefore they remember me, and when there is a job to come up here, I'm like one of the first people they think of when it comes to doing the job. So I obviously use that as a tactic to be able to wheel in my next customer, because you don't know when your next customer is going to be. You know, as again, people call me when they need. So if they call me in an emergency, they need to know the last time they called me on an emergency, I was able to attend and fix the problem. So that there's where the balance is. And the other side of where the balance is that if you're going to be out doing a lot of jobs, you're going to have not a lot of time for yourself. You need to understand that when you're building something like a plumbing company, or you're becoming a plumber who does domestic work, and you just need to be active. You know, you need to be able to work out jobs when you get there, break them down, spend enough time on the job to assess the job, but enough time on the job to be able to make some money. Do you get it? I think a lot of people dweedle on jobs, which is like that, like, oh, don't know what to do. And you don't know what to do sometimes because of your experience. And being in more domestic homes definitely gives you a lot more experience, because every home is not laid out the same. If you go to new builds, practically plot for plot the fucking same. There's not much difference. So if you've got one problem, what's going to be there, it could possibly be at other properties as well, because sometimes the same people do the work, right? And even when they do the work, at times there's not going to be extra information. And when I mean extra information, sometimes we need to work out routes of pipe work. We need to trace things back. And sometimes your person or your client who's in the property, they don't know much about it, innit? They just know they turn it off and turn it on. So all the figuring out has got to be while you're on the job, and that takes up a period of time as well. So that's one skill that like you got to work on, and I know that myself. Like the sharper you get, the less thinking that you got to do when you're on the job, because some problems what you've seen before, they happen in other places. So you got to just know how to find those problems but also repair those problems. And I will always say now that a good plumber who knows how to repair will make a lot of money. And it's the simple factors in like your day rate or your hourly rate will always be higher, and if you make that rate higher, the time what you spend on something, let's say you charge someone £200 to fix a tap, you can fix that tap within half an hour. There you go. You get it. You know how to repair. But someone who doesn't know how to repair has to figure something out. That time takes time. So let's say they were charging £150 and they wasn't able to repair it within that time. There has to be some type of resolution, because, you know, like someone doesn't want to pay out £300 and you've spent 2 hours and the tap's still not fixed. Just think about the maths, innit? Sometimes you need to think about it like a customer instead of thinking about it like yourself, because that's how you not find loopholes, but you start to add up things and work out why I need to do this and why you need to do that. It's the sensible way. Everybody is not going to teach you how to run a plumbing business. I like to give my insights because I've had a plumbing business for a number of years. I've learned stuff, realized stuff, and had to change a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff going on, isn't it? That's right. But it's helped me in certain ways, because there are jobs which I can look at through WhatsApp. You know, I've been sent many videos. Oh, this problem's happening. How do I fix it? Right, what you need to do is such and such and such and such. But I know that, and that's my experience, my personal experience. And you know that goes a long way when it comes to becoming a plumber and actually understanding what you need to be doing. Because we all look at the aspect of earning and think that earning money is going to be easy. It's not. You know, it takes time. You're going to have a lot of days where you feel like, I don't really want to fucking do this anymore, because you're not getting to the money. But you don't need to be disillusioned. At the end of the day, there's so much money out there as plumbers. Yeah, the guideline what I gave you at the beginning is only the guideline for the internet, but everybody doesn't put their numbers online. Like, I've been headhunted for jobs, and the prices what I've told you, it's obviously exceeded that by far, because of the places are established or they need someone with these skills or these qualifications. More qualifications, the more you can charge. People trying to make it out to be more difficult than what it is, it's not. The more qualifications you have, i.e. if you're a gas engineer, you can do more work, but you're a plumber by trade, you're now doing both. If you do drainage on top of that, you're now doing that as well. So that's like 3 things what you can do. You start specializing like leak detection. So that's now 4 things you can do. Spin round of any 4 of those jobs coming up. That's me, mate. I'm just saying, make it make sense all the time, people. Yeah, that's my insight on becoming a plumber. Some of the information which I got was from Glass House. So Glass House is obviously explanatory. That's people themselves. That's not like the companies jumping on there telling you about prices. And you can look at Indeed, Read, all of them nonsense websites to be able to look at jobs just to see the market at the moment. But go out there if you want to become a plumber. There is massive earning potential. I've been there. And enjoy, make money. That's all I got to say. Oh yeah, and most importantly, before you even start making money, Stop all this. So subscribe. Subscribe, turn your notifications on, and put that bell on, innit? Because I'm in the building. Yeah? I'm in the building. Subscribe.